بسم الله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد سيد المرسلين وخاتم النبيين وحجة رب العالمين المنتجب في الميثاق المصطفى في الضلال المطهر من كل آفة البريء من كل عيب المؤمل للنجاة المرتجى للشفاعة المفوض إليه دين الله. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخته العقيلة زينب وأخيه أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال سيدنا ومولانا زين العابدين وسيد الساجدين علي بن الحسين عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام: علامات المؤمن خمس: الورع في الخلوة، والحلم عند الغضب، والصدقة في القلة، والصبر عند المصيبة، والصدقة عند الخوف. For the hastening appearance of Imam صاحب العصر والزمان، أرواحنا وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. صل على محمد وآل محمد. For your well-being and the well-being of your family and the Zawar of Abdullah al-Hussein, another louder salawat. If you look at the people, you find that everyone is known for a sign. A Christian is known to be wearing the cross. The Jews are known to be wearing the Star of David and the yarmulke. Every nation, they have their own traditions, they have their own ways, they have their own customs, they have their own clothes. That you can tell one is different from the other. That gives them their identity, gives them their identity to which you can say this person is a Christian, that person is a Jew, that person is a Muslim. Now if you look at the signs of a Muslimin, the signs of the mu'mineen, the believers, you find there are many. We have in the books of Ahadith, we have many of the signs of the mu'mineen. We have علامات المؤمن خمس from Imam Hassan al-Askari عليه أفضل التحية والسلام, where he says علامات المؤمن خمس: التختم باليمين، والجهر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة 51، وتعفير الجبين، وزيارة الأربعين. This is one of the علامات, one of the signs of the mu'mineen. A mu'min is a person who practices the religion, who has these signs. We have other traditions, for example, from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam, where he lists 40 signs of mu'mineen. 40 signs of a mu'mineen. If you open the book, Quran al-Kareem, you find also in the Quran al-Kareem a surah that is named after the mu'mineen. In that surah you find the virtues, the signs of the mu'mineen. Now, when it comes to the signs of mu'mineen, there are also Shia. Because we are known to be Shia. Shia means a follower of Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhi afdal salatu wassalam. What is the signs of a Shia? What is the sign of a mu'min? Now, the importance of this is our identity. This gives us our identity, our essence, because we're losing that some way. In the Western society, in the Western countries, we're losing the grip of what to be a real Shia. It's not easy, it's really tough to be one. If you look in Dua al-Nudba, in other traditions, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Ali, Anta wa shi'atuka على منابر من نور مبيضة وجوههم حولي في الجنة وهم جيراني. This is one that was narrated in Dua al-Nudba, and there are others. If you look at the history of Tashayyu', as some say that Shi'ism or the Tashayyu' is a new practice, it's a new sect of Islam. It came after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If you look at it, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whenever he spoke with Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says to him, أنت وشيعتك على منابر من نور مبيضة وجوههم حولي. Shia is a follower and follower of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi afdalu salati wassalam. In the Quran we recite, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية. They asked the tafsir of this ayah from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah said to Amir al-Mu'mineen, أنت وشيعتك هم خير البرية. You come to this tafsir, if you look at the other sects of Islam, they say to you, well, it's weak. Whenever you find a virtue for Ahlul Bayt, Salamullah alayhim, the other groups of Muslims, they say it's weak. لا سند لها ضعيفة السند. لا سند لها, or they say ضعيفة السند. Virtues of Imam Ali, virtues of Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein, Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalu salatu wassalam. That's whenever they hear this, whenever someone asks them a question about this hadith, and whenever you ask them about the Tashayyu', أنت وشيعتك هم خير البرية, he says that to Amir al-Mu'mineen. If you go type that on the web, you find straight away more than 10 of their mashayikh saying this is a hadith that has no base, it's very weak. Well, of course, because your way is always saying it's always weak. Also, when it comes to the companions, whenever there is a companion who's loyal to Rasulullah, and then he's loyal to Amir al-Mu'mineen, and he's loyal to Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein, they don't mention that companion. They never mention him. In their books, in their lectures, they never mention them. One of them being Habib ibn Mudahir. Habib ibn Mudahir, alayhi salam wa radwanullah ta'ala alayhi, he was a companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam before he was a companion of Imam al-Hussein. But they don't mention this. They don't mention it. And yet, when you look at the numbers of companions that we Shia find them to be rightful, righteous, loyal, sincere companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the others, we have the numbers that exceed the numbers of the ones who betrayed Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And yet, they say you are the ones cursing them. It's the opposite of this. You are the ones cursing them. Actually, your Katib al-Wahy, your Khal al-Mu'mineen, is the one who started cursing Ali ibn Abi Talib. For 8 decades, 80 years, they cursed Ali on the Manabir. 8 decades on the Manabir, cursing Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib. To that extent, your hatred was to this extent that you cursed the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And it came that Muawiyah said to one of his narrators, to one of the people that he was working under his government, he said to him, go write me a book that tells the virtues of the Sahaba. He went, a couple of months later he wrote the book, he gave it to this man, the so-called Khal al-Mu'mineen. He gave it to him and he started going through the pages. Ali, 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 Ali. He said to him, what is this? I said to you, go write about the Sahaba. He said, whenever I looked right and left, I found Imam Ali there. I look at this war, Ali was the one who conquered Khaybar. I look here, Ali was the one who killed Marhab. I look here, Ali was the one who killed Amr. And then I look back at Khaybar. Who were the people who flee, who ran away, who escaped? Well, the name of you know who comes up. And then I come at Amr ibn Uwaid, who wasn't the one who raised his hand, because when he was calling out in Khandaq, come and fight me, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the camp, they were sitting in the tent. Rasulullah said to them, who goes and fights this mushrik and silence him? Amir al-Mu'minin stood up and said, me ya Rasulullah, ana ya Rasulullah. Ali sit down. Again, me ya Rasulullah. Again, 3 times. Why? You know why 3 times? Because Rasulullah is giving the others chance for them to raise their hands. And Rasulullah here guarantees it. He says, if you kill him, well, he goes to hell. And if he kills you, you go to paradise. Better than this? He gave them 3 chances for them to raise their hand. No, Ali, Ali, Ali. So Muawiyah said to him, no. I don't want the name of Ali mentioned here. Go and come back with another name. He goes and comes back with 1 page. 1 page. And even in that page, half of it is about Ali. Because whenever you look at Islam, whenever you see the religion that now there are more than 1.4 billion Muslims around the world believing in it, it's because of Ali ibn Abi Talib. His sacrifice and his family's sacrifice and their devotion to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and to the religion of Islam. Another thing that comes up, they say that you Shia, you revive Ali, you bring Ali to a point and you say Ali is a better person than Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A person, I'll tell you this, when a person can't find any legit way to question your religion, he comes up with lies. When was the last time we sat down in this majalis and we said Ali is better than Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? When was that last? Who said this? Ali, they asked him, who is better, you or Isa? He said, me. It's a long hadith. It's narrated in Bahar al-Anwar. Who is better, you or Musa? Me. You or Ibrahim? Me. And for every one of them, he gives a reason. Why are you better than Ibrahim? Well, Ibrahim, Nabiullah, alayhi salam, asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show him how he brings back the dead to life. You look at the Quran, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to Ibrahim, take 4 of the birds, kill them, and then mix their meat and the feathers and the bones together and put them on top of 4 mountains, and then call the names, and I'll show you how I'll bring them back to life. لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. This is what he said. Who? Ibrahim. Amir al-Mu'minin says to him, to this man, nothing will make me more certain. Nothing. And then they asked him, who is better, you or Rasulullah? He said to him, قال ويحك أنا عبد من عبيد محمد. Whenever we mention Ahlul Bayt is because of the relationship to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now, the history of Tashayyu' began from there. If you look at the devoted companions, we have companions and we have disciples. One of them being Maytham al-Tammar. Maytham al-Tammar. Maytham al-Tammar is one of those people that couldn't make it in Karbala. Why? We have many of the individuals, they couldn't make it into Karbala for one reason or another. Maytham al-Tammar, Mukhtar al-Thaqafi, those people were imprisoned by who? Ubaydullah bin Ziyad. Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, when he entered Kufa, he started cleaning up the mess that Nu'man ibn Bashir made, killed Muslim ibn Aqil, Maytham al-Tammar, it was a time of Hajj. Maytham al-Tammar was on the pilgrimage. He went to Hajj, and when he came back, Maytham al-Tammar was approached by some farmers. They said to him that the new governor has raised the tax, and it's very hard for us to pay the tax. To which he came to Ubaydullah bin Ziyad after the request to ask him to ease up the tax. He came to Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, entered the court of Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, and he started talking with Ubaydullah bin Ziyad with audacity and telling him, look, this rice tax is not good for the people, change it, and we come back to there. Let's look at the life of this man, Maytham al-Tammar. Maytham al-Tammar was born in Nahrawan, in Persia at the time, and he was taken as a slave. He was taken as a slave. And after Amir al-Mu'mineen Salamullah alayhi changed the capital of the Islamic Empire from Medina to Kufa, Amir al-Mu'mineen one day asked his servant Qambar to accompany him to the market where they sold slaves. So Imam Ali used to go to this market. If you look at the other Imams, they had the same approach. They used to go to the market. For example, Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi afdalus salati was salam, he used to buy many servants, many slaves, educate them, teach them, giving them a good lump of sum of money, and then set them for free. And these people, they were from Africa. They used to go back to their hometowns and they used to preach there. So that was the approach of the Imams. That was the way they used to get the slaves, educate them, give them money, and let them free. So Imam Ali comes with the Qambar, and they look in the market, and the Imam comes to a person who's selling slaves, and he says to him, where are your slaves? I want to see what you have. So this man goes and he brings a group of slaves. The Imam looks at every one of them. When a person wants to buy a slave, he's looking at the physical part of the person. How strong is that person? They can lift, they can clean. So Imam looks at each and every one of them. He examines them. He says, no, this is not it. I'm not looking for those people. He says to him, do you have anyone left? He said, yes, I have one person left, and he's not good for you. He's very weak. Bring him. He brings him, and the Imam, as soon as the Imam says to him, he says to him, what is your name? He says, my name is Salim. The Imam said, no, not your slave name. Your name that your mother gave you. Isn't it Maytham? He said, yes, it is Maytham. The Imam said to him, to the one who's selling the slaves, how much do you want to sell this slave? Well, 50 dirham. The Imam said to Qambar, give that 50, instructed Qambar to pay off the 50 dirham. He became a little bit greedy. He said, no, I made a mistake, 100 dirham. 100 dirham. The Imam again instructed Qambar, without any bargaining or anything like that, pay him 100. And he bought him. And then the Imam said to Qambar, he said, if this man raised the price until the day of judgment, I would pay whatever he wanted to buy Maytham, because he knows the future of this man. So he was a slave. The Imam took him to his house, started educating him, teaching him, and the Imam freed him, and this man opened a stall in the market selling dates. And he was known as a date merchant. That is why they call him Maytham al-Tammar. He used to sell dates. The Imam used to come to him every now and then, sit next to him, and the Imam used to have conversations with him. Imam, at this time he was a Khalifa. Khalifa, a king of 51 countries. That's so humble that he comes to Maytham al-Tammar and he says to Maytham, if you want to go have some break, go have some break. I will take care of your stall. I will steal your date. Just imagine, a king comes and he's standing there in the market selling dates. To which one day he took the offer. He said, yes, Sayyidi, I'd like to go have some break. And he left. A person came to buy some dates. and he paid 4 dirham, for 4 or 5 dates. The money that he gave to the Imam were not real, fake money. And the Imam didn't say anything to him. Imam is a Khalifa. Imam didn't say anything to him. So this man paid the money and he left. Maytham, when he came back, he said to the Imam, did you sell anything, Sayyidi ya Mawlai? Yes, I did. Where is the money here? As soon as Maytham looked at the money, he said, Sayyidi ya Mawlai, this money is fake. It's not real. The Imam said to him, don't worry, he will come back. The customer will come back. The moment this customer came back with a complaint that this date is bitter, it's not sweet, the Imam looked at him and he said to him, the money was bitter. This is why the date is bitter. It's fake. You gave me fake money and this is what you get for it. And he took the money and he left. See the relationship with Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, this disciple. When we say be a Shia, this is an example. Let's look at his life. They are walking in the streets in Kufa and the Imam points to him, says to him, Maytham, look at that palm tree. There were about 10 of them. The smallest one, Imam was pointing to it, and he said to Maytham, that palm tree is where they will crucify you. This is where they will crucify you because of your love for me. For your love for me, this is it. Now if someone tells you they will crucify you in some town or somewhere, you avoid that place, don't you? You actually think I think the best thing is to move away from this town altogether. But what Maytham does, Maytham comes to this palm tree every day, he gives it water, and he prays 2 raka'at, and then he says to the palm tree, Allah created you for me, and He created me for you. So the days pass, and this man, devotion, love, the sincerity, he's a loyal companion. He's a loyal companion. Imam Ali is martyred, Imam al-Hassan is martyred. And now we're getting close to محرم. It is in the Hijjah where he comes back. We'll go back to the beginning of it. He comes back from Hajj because of some request of some poor farmers, some merchants. He comes to Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. And then here, look at the conversation between a person who sells tamar, date. He's a date merchant. He doesn't have a big tribe. He used to be a slave. Here, there is a heated conversation between the two. One of the advisors of Ubaydullah bin Ziyad comes and says to Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, do you know who this man is? This is a person who's a liar, who follows a liar. Referring to Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib. When Maytham heard this, he says to him, Anta kadhab wa abuk. You are a liar and your father is a liar. My Imam is a liar. My Imam is Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful. Ubaydullah looks at him and he says to him, you have the audacity to reply to me like this? I will cut your hands off and I will crucify you and I will cut your tongue out. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar, to which he said to Ubaydullah. Why? He said, because of the prophecy of my Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says that when they crucify you, they will cut your arms off and they will cut your legs off and they will cut your tongue. It is because of his prophecy. Ubaydullah bin Ziyad started laughing and saying to him, well, I will show you that your Imam is a liar. I will not crucify you the way he foretold it. Take him to jail. They took him to jail. And now he's in jail with who? Mukhtar al-Thaqafi. He says to Mukhtar, I heard that Hussein will be killed in Karbala and you will be freed from this prison and you avenge the death of Hussein. He knew this because Amir al-Mu'mineen told him this. He told him the ilm of balaya wal manaya. Huh? What would you do then when the earth is under your feet? It means that you become the king, you become the Khalifa. Be pious. Ittaqillah. And I can see the day where you put your shoes on the face of Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, decapitated head. So he's foretelling all this. There was a conversation before this with Habib ibn Mudahir and Maytham al-Tammar. This is before Habib ibn Mudahir left to Karbala, where they were talking with each other and they were in a very joyful manner and they were very happy. Where Maytham al-Tammar said to Habib ibn Mudahir, I see the day they bring your head on the spear into this town. And Habib laughs and he started smiling and he says to him, and I see the day where they crucify you there on that palm tree. There were a bunch of Bani Asad tribe people around there and they were listening to them, they were making fun of them. Look at these liars. So they all left. One of the companions of Imam Ali came, the two parted the way. One went to Karbala to accompany the Imam, and the other went to Hajj, and he came back later on. One of the companions of Imam Ali came, and they came to him, and they said to him, you want to hear something funny? So what did you hear? We heard the conversation of these two people. Who? We heard Maytham al-Tammar and Habib al-Mudahir. One says that you'll be crucified on that palm tree, and the other one said that your head will be brought into this town from that gate. To which he laughed and he said, they forgot something. Maytham forgot one thing. He forgot to mention the person who brings the head of Habib, he will be given another 100 dirham on top of his allowance. On top of his allowance. But this were the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen. For them, death was sweet. It was actually a relief. And he started, when he was in prison, he started telling the virtues of Amir al-Mu'mineen to the prisoners. Aliyun ma'al haq wal haqqu ma'ali. Aliyun ma'al Qur'an wal Qur'anu ma'ali. Ali, Ali, Ali. And when that heard, the prisoners, the warden, they heard this, they went to Ubaydullah bin Ziyad and said to him, well, you have to do something about this. About what? You have a problem in the prison, in the dungeons. This man is preaching. He's teaching people of the manaqib of Amir al-Mu'mineen of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Amir al-Mu'mineen is from me. He's teaching the manaqib, the virtues of Ali. And he's saying of what your Umayyad dynasty are. Show them the true form of the Umayyads. What do we do? Well, crucify him. The prophecy of Ali. Crucify him. They took him to that same palm tree and they crucified him there. They cut his hands and his legs. The tongue was still there. He was still preaching. Ayyuhan nas, because people, they start gathering. There were more than 1,000 Kufans standing there and watching the execution of Maytham al-Tammar. This is before the incident, the tragic event of Karbala in 10 days. 10. Back in 60 AH, 22nd of Dhul Hijjah, and Imam Hussein was killed on the 10th of محرم, 61 AH. So 10 days, give or take, before the tragic event of Karbala. When Maytham al-Tammar found this much audience, he said, come to me, let me tell you of the manaqib, of the virtues of my Imam Ali. And he started preaching to them. Just imagine a person, His hands and legs were cut off, and he's standing there, crucified, telling the manaqib of Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Telling the manaqib of Amir al-Mu'mineen to the people. When that news reached Ubaydullah bin Ziyad, he said the best way to get rid of this man, go cut off his tongue. Ubaydullah himself said it. I will do the opposite of what your Imam said, but yet, see, the Imam tells the truth. They came to him, bring out your tongue. Why? Because we're about to cut her off. Allahu Akbar, my Imam was truthful. Subhanallah. Let me finish a couple of more manaqib. This man, not even 1 minute goes by and he's telling the manaqib of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the virtues of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Take out your tongue. They cut off his tongue. He takes it out himself, cut it off. And another man comes and he stabs him in his stomach and kills him right there and then. This man is one of the real loyal companion of Ali. If someone tells you, are you a real Shia? You have to look at the examples like Nathan al-Tammar, Habib ibn Mudahir. You look at the examples of Dar al-Ghifari. Those were companions of Ali. أنت وشيعتك على منابر من نور مبيضة وجوههم حولي في الجنة وهم جيراني. They are my neighbors, and they were sitting on the pulpits of nur, of light. So we take that one example and we learn from it. Inshallah, tomorrow night we'll continue with the same topic about the virtues and the signs of the mu'mineen, the Shia. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifinaik. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخته العقيلة زينب وأخيه أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته. الفاتحة قبل الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.